championship game for the men's league underway as Connor hits the ball and almost caught by the left fielder, but gets down. And a good start for ASCE taking on Sigma Chi. Sigma Chi's had a funny experience with intramural softball. Didn't make it out of the frat league, or didn't make it to the frat league final, but are in the men's league final and has a chance to win shirts. I would compare it to not being in a conference championship versus making it to the national championship. So weird little thing as that ball gets hit back to the pitcher. Pitcher elects to get the play at first, and Connor advances up to second base. Engineering team, been a solid team all year long. Got a couple of breaks in the playoffs, able to kind of not have to play anybody. The quarterfinal and the semifinal got forfeited, and it resulted in them being the 3 seed, appearing in the championship game as that ball is launched into left field, but easy play by the outfielder. These last games of the afternoon, you're going to see great defense. Any ball hit in the air for a long period of time is going to probably be caught. Just great fielding unless you find a gap when you're hitting. 2 outs, runner on second, ball outside. Sigma Chi, the home team, and ASCE, the visiting team in today's men's championship, playing all 7 innings as that ball gets hit into the gap between shortstop and third base. Connor not going to make the turn. A throw going all the way offline, but caught by Caleb. And a good job to get that ball back in. And now runners on the corners and still 2 outs for ASCE. It'll be a good start. We've seen good starts affect the teams that go on to win the games so far in the championships today. Be a good start if ASCE can get it in as that ball is hit down the line. Third baseman unable to make the play, and they're going to score the first run of the game. So a good start, like we said. 2 good hits on the left side of the infield, advance Connor to third, and then get him home eventually. And Ian Osborne able to get the first RBI of the game. And still threatening. As Sigma Chi makes a couple of shifts in the outfield, and that ball is hit and hits the grass. Ball thrown at home on line, hits the back of the gate. But that quick throw into the infield limits the damage. So far now, ASCE putting hits together, 3 straight hits, but only 1 run to show for it. As a swing, and it's gonna fall into the glove of the Sigma Chi Rover, and they only give up 1 run as ASCE loads the bases, but only gets 1 across. First pitch of the inning, and a safe call. Good call, as a good job to leg that one out at first base. Tough play in the hole at shortstop. Deep throw, but a good throw. Just too much speed. So like ASCE, Sigma Chi gets their leadoff runner on, and now has a chance to get something going in the bottom of the first. As the second hitter steps into the box, swings at a ball, goes to the shortstop, can't handle it, able to get it in his hand, and the ball gets away from the first baseman. Sometimes you got to eat that throw, but instead chose to throw it and a little offline, and now runners at the corner, no outs. Surprised he was actually able to get that ball in his hands, but really had no shot at getting that runner going to first. That ball is lifted to right field. Should be deep enough to tag in the runner, and does. Runner tags at second, is in there. So runner from first goes to second, and runner from third comes home, and Sigma Chi ties the game 1-1. Stepping in is Caleb now. Caleb had a big hit in the semifinals. Got 3 runs in, and was able to turn that game around and lift his team to this final. Sends a pitch to the left side of the infield. Tough play by the shortstop, and an easy play, actually. Excuse me. Arm talent can get you out of a lot of sticky situations, and that was one of them. Just tremendous arm talent, a lot of power behind that throw. And an easy catch by Connor at first base. As that ball gets lifted past the rover to center field. Throw coming home on line and safe. And a good bit of hitting with 2 outs, and Sigma Chi doubles their runs and takes a 2-1 lead. Though the sun has gone down a little bit, it's 5 p.m. here at the start of this game, and it is still very, very hot. Want to see how that's going to affect these players as well. Got to stay hydrated. As that ball comes in as a strike call by Michael Archie, the home plate umpire for this men's championship. 2-2 pitch. Swung on, hit to the shortstop, had a lot of action in this inning, and is able to throw that ball high. And Connor gets good advice from his catcher not to force the throw and limit the damage. So a roller coaster first inning for the shortstop. Made a great throw earlier, but has had some throws that have been offline. As that ball is hit strongly to the third baseman, able to knock it down, stays with it, off the bag, and a run scores. So some tough fielding mistakes by the left side of the infield for ASCE has led to some extra runs for Sigma Chi. Sigma Chi doing a good job of putting the ball in play and really using their legs to make some difficult throws happen. And they find another gap. Here comes a throw to second base. That runner is safe, and the bases are loaded. Sigma Chi not being patient at all, swinging at a lot of first pitches, being very aggressive, but so far it's working out for them. Pitcher's giving them some good balls to hit, though, as well. That ball is short. Pitcher scared to throw the ball, worried about that ball coming back up the middle and hitting him, as that's another ball. Now he's in danger of walking in another run. It's 3-1 count. See if they choose to elect to be patient here. As that ball's short and made it pretty easy for him. And now just that quickly, 4-1. Base is still loaded. All this coming with 2 outs for Sigma Chi. Swings at a pitch, popped it up to the pitcher, should be out of this inning. Shortstop takes it and ends the inning. So a big inning to start it for Sigma Chi. They lead 4-1. Top of the second inning as ASCE takes their turn at bat once again. Gonna have to clean up a lot of those defensive mistakes they made in the bottom of the first. But a good job of Sigma Chi really being aggressive and attacking these infielders, really testing the left side. See if ASCE can do the same thing here as the first pitch comes in and is screamed up the middle, and a good way to start the inning with the leadoff hitter getting to first base. Pitch swung on and hit to the shortstop, unable to make a play. Aggressive move going to third, ball being juggled, and a great aggressive base running going from first to all the way to third as he put the pressure on the Sigma Chi defense to try to scoop the ball and make a play. They're unable to do it. Down by 3, aggressive base running pays off, and now runners on the corners for ASCE. This may be heading towards a high-scoring game. Ball falls short. As that ball is short as well, the batter almost accidentally swung but didn't. 3-1 count. Pitch comes in. It is almost caught by Caleb. Almost. Tough play though. That makes the count full as some of the fellow Sigma Chi brothers giving it to him a little bit. I think it was a tough play though. As the 3-2 pitch comes in and it's going to be caught by the shortstop. Nice play to get the first out of the inning. So 1 out, down as Sigma Chi, who's had ups and downs so far during this intramural school year, made it all the way to the flag football fraternity championship and won that game, or they lost that game, excuse me, against Pike. They beat Pike earlier in the regular season, and then Pike came back and beat them in the frat championship. But then came back and had a good soccer season when they won the championship. So up and down, you know, but finding themselves in multiple championships, including this men's championship. Even if they don't win fraternity, having an intramural championship shirt would be a nice way to cap off the school year. As that pitch comes in high for ball 1. Top of the lineup, back up for ASCE. Connor swings and lifts the ball to right field. That falls down, will score at least 1 run as the runner from first advances to second and is now 4-2. Connor, one of the best left-handed hitters we have in intramurals, able to generate a lot of power. One out still. ASCE able to piece together a couple of hits. Here comes the pitch. That ball is going to be inside for ball 2. Ball swung on and hit to the pitcher. Pitcher kind of got ate up a little bit, stays with it, and gets the easy out at first. But the runners advance to third and second. So runners in scoring position with 2 outs, a great chance with the third hitter coming up to get some RBIs and potentially tie this game. As that ball's hit to left field, but hit right at the fielder who has no problem making the play, and that'll be the third out of the inning. So ASCE adds another run, but leaves 2 on base stranded. Yeah. Bottom of the second inning as runs have been scored in each of the half innings so far. So an offensive game to start out this men's championship. A long way to go. We'll see if the defense can kick in. And as I say that, a ball goes past the third baseman and into left field for another base hit. So the Sticks are really hot to start off the day today. And Sid Mackay back at the top of their lineup looking to make some more noise. Umpires for this men's championship, Michael Archie behind the plate. Cadence Romero at third base, just got done playing 2 back-to-back games with Kappa Delta. And at first base, Marley Connor. So good umpires. That ball hit right to the third baseman, able to handle it, and on to first for the easy out. So the third baseman able to make a quality play to get the first out of the inning. And the runner moves up to second base. As Archie, one of the more theatrical umpires that we have in our program, gonna put on a show. So if you get bored watching the game, watch Archie. He'll give you something to laugh about. As that ball falls too deep. Pitcher has a very unusual way of throwing the ball. Seems to let go of it with a flick. Unusual. As that ball is smoked into right field, but caught by the right fielder. Second base runner tags up and advances to third. And so 2 outs, and Caleb will step into the box looking to get 1 run at least added onto the board and continue the streak. Has Mac Daddy written on the back of his jersey. It's the only time in this game I'm going to say that. Pitch comes outside for a ball, stuck between cameraman Aaron's feet. 2-1 count to Caleb. We're having a nice conversation with the catcher. As that ball is foul ball, just couldn't keep it inside the third base bag. 2-2 count. Nice idea, though, to try to attack the third baseman and squeeze that ball between him and the third base bag. Just a little far on the pull. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and lifted and gets down. Will score a run. So a good piece of hitting the ball to the left side. He's going to be aggressive and go for 2. And he's going to get it in with the double. So again, great aggressive base running paying off. And now he's in the scoring position. 5-2 now the score. So they exchange runs in the second, and Sid Mackay looking for more. third baseman makes his second play of the inning and is able to get him on a low throw. So that's the end of the inning, and then exchanging runs in the second. It's a 3-run lead for Sigma Chi. Back at the top of the third inning now, as that ball is over the bag, and a good call. That's a fair ball, as only able to leg out a single on that one. A good job to get that ball back into the infield, but a great piece of hitting as everybody is really kind of pulling the ball, or not pulling the ball, or yeah, pulling the ball to left field. These right-handed batters doing a good job of just taking the ball, as that ball is short and swung upon for strike number 2. As that ball's going to get hit right to the rover, and out 1. In slow pitch softball, you play with 10 fielders. So you got the 3 traditional outfielders and your standard infield, and you have that 1 extra player that many teams use as a rover in the outfield. It really helps take away a lot of those gap hits, and that was a great example of one right there. Great rover can save you a lot of runs in slow pitch. 1 out. Ball swung upon, hit to the gap. That's going to get down, and that's going to go all the way to the fence. ASCE in business here, as they're going to score 1 run, and he's going to get held at third base. So a 5-3 score now after that 1-run single, or triple, excuse me. So a good opportunity as they keep scoring. They've scored in every single inning so far this game. That's a great piece of hitting there by the left-handed hitter, just to take that ball and knock it into the gap, hit it towards one of our flags, our American flags out there, signifying championship day, as that ball gets pushed inside and brushes the batter back for ball 2. Same pitch, same result, 3-1 count. So far, the pitching has been solid and consistent in this game, as that ball is swung upon. Shortstop checks the runner at third, gets the runner at first, and a great job to eye that runner at third base, keeping him there, and to get the runner at first. It's good defense. Two outs, runner on third. Trying to get more than a run. It's been run, run, run so far. That ball comes in flat and low for ball 2. Feels like ASCE is going to have to keep scoring based on what Sigma Chi is putting up when they're at bat. Sun starting to set behind the gorgeous trees of our intramural complex, as that ball gets smoked into left field, and down will score the runner. And so now multi-runs in this inning, tightening the score to 5-4. Still 2 outs remain. ASME able to put it together. A couple of hits into the gap. It's been a solid team all year long, kind of a quiet, sneaky team, as that ball is popped and caught. Nice job to chase that down, Caleb. to get out of the inning. So this quiet, sneaky team adds 2 runs in the 3rd inning and tightens the score. It's 5-4, Sigma Chi. Bottom of the 3rd inning for the men's championship. As that ball's looped into left field. Oh, almost made a mistake. Kind of messed with the fielder a little bit, but is able to recover and got that routine, should have been routine fly ball in the first out of this inning. I was saying that ASCE has been a quiet team throughout the year. Not many people would have put them in this men's championship game, especially when they started the season out with a 15-5 loss to the 1 seed in this tournament, which was the SOS boys. That was a foul ball. But here they are, played 2 more games after that and run ruled both teams. So the offense really came on in the middle of the year as the ground ball gets hit to the 3rd baseman, handles it, and gets the out at first for the 2nd out of the inning. It's a team full of engineers. So these guys, some of these guys play softball outside of our intramural league, so a lot of experience put together for this team. As the 3rd out of the inning is caught by the center fielder. 1-2-3 inning, and to the top of the 4th we go. Still a 1-run game. Five to 4 is the score right now. As that first pitch was taken, foul ball. That's Caleb feigning an injury. Good actor. Should be a drama major, maybe. I think he's a business major. 2-2 pitch coming in. The ball is short, and now a full count. Pretty ball goes in and is hit to the rover. Makes another good play. First out of the inning. We talked about ASCE's season. We'll talk about Sigma Chi in the fraternity league. Sigma Chi got off to a pretty good start in the fraternity league. Had a couple of forfeits as that ball's fouled off and out of play. But once they got going, had a big-time win in the regular season against Pike, 1-0. A lot of great defense in that game. And then in the postseason, took on the Catholic Saints and beat them 7-2. And then in the rematch against Pike, as that ball gets hit to right field, going to be a play at second base. Get look like he's dead, and he is out. And that time, aggressive base running does not pay off, and it is the second out of the inning. Trying to stretch a single into a double, and a good job of fielding gets that ball in on the relay. And now the number 2 hitter comes up for ASCE just to finish off Sid Makai's season. He lost in the rematch in the fraternity semifinals to Pike 1-0, another classic earlier on in championship week as Archie calls a strike to get it to a 1-2 count. And then in the men's semifinal last Thursday night, they were able to pull it out against PiCap 9-4. And that's how they ended up in the championship game. Right now, in the championship game, they lead 5-4, headed to the bottom of the 4th. Men's championship moving by pretty quickly now as that first pitch hit to the third baseman, snags it with the glove, and delivers it to first base. A couple of nice plays being made out there by the third baseman so far for ASCE. Sid Makai got to maybe change up their strategy, try to hit the ball to another spot on the infield or try to put it in one of the gaps as that ball lands short for ball 2. Ball hit to the shortstop, tough bounce, just never really got off the dirt. And so that one should be scored a base hit. Ball just was expected to take another hop, and it just kind of died in the dirt. Sand, or the dirt's kind of dry. It hasn't rained here in a long time. It rained last week for a little bit, but not a lot. And the dirt is just sitting in the heat, baking and baking. Fast track. As that ball is popped up to the second baseman, and that'll be the second out of the inning. So 2 outs. The offense is slowed down now, and the defenses have really been spotlighted the last inning or 2. The sun's going down. The ball just not able to come back down for a strike. Good call by Archie. Archie has been one of our more consistent plate umpires. Came on to the staff in the beginning of basketball season. He is a football player here on campus as that ball is hit into the gap between first and second. Runners hold. So a runner in scoring position now with 2 outs. Archie himself is a pretty good athlete. Once put up 48 points in an intramural basketball regular season game, excuse me. Marley in first base, plays on the most intramural teams of our whole staff. Very competitive young lady. And Cadence is a vital member of KD and all of their intramurals. So 3 great softball athletic umpires you got on the field. as that ball is taken inside. Marley actually was named the softball umpire of the year last year, as that ball is going to get down the line, sneak past the first baseman, and a chance for Sigma Chi to score a couple of runs. One run is in, the other runs hold at third and second, and now the lead is 6-4. A two-out rally to extend their lead by 2. So ASCE held the lead for 1/2 inning, and since then, Sigma Chi has had the lead since. As that ball is going to drop, and another runner scores. The runner at second being aggressive. Looks like it's going to be a close play, but the throw's offline, so they get 2 now. And what was 2 outs and nothing really happening now turns into a 3-run inning, and now that lead is up to 8-4. So out of nowhere, this has turned into a crooked number for Sigma Chi. As the pitch comes in and it is hit to the left fielder, should have it, and does. So a 2-out rally brings in 3, and Sigma Chi increases their lead to 8-4. Three innings left now in the men's championship. As that ball is hit through the gap, another gapper. Teams are doing a good job of finding those holes between the 2 infielders on both sides of the dirt. But ASCE thought they were out of that last inning and gave up 3, and just can't really seem to get the lead or take the lead. Got it down to 1, but then back up to 4 it goes. But now time starting to be a factor as they only have 9 outs remaining. Pitch comes in as a ball. 2-1 count. Swung on and hit to center field where it is caught. And the runner is almost gunned down at first base. Got a big lead. Didn't think that the ball was going to be caught. Maybe didn't read it properly. But almost got caught up for not tagging up. But fortunate enough that the ball was dropped. Archie hands the bat to the hitter. And the next ASCE hitter steps in. Sun still working his way down on a lovely but hot Sunday afternoon. No chance of rain this week, which is good, as that ball's going to bloop in down between the third baseman and the left fielder and be a base hit. A lot on tap this week for our intramural program. Tomorrow night, beach volleyball finals. A couple of great matchups. Really looking forward to that correct game between Waffles and 251 Babies. 251 Babies in their 3rd final, correct final out of 6. So half the finals we've had, they've been there. Looking to win another championship would make it their 3rd championship, as that ball is flied out and caught. Just got underneath that one for the 2nd out of the inning. Not only do they have that final, well, they've got a men's final as well. So they'll take on Pi Cap in the men's final later that night. So a chance to win 4 total T-shirts in one school year. Pretty good argument to be team of the year. As the ball is short, ASCE trying to get some of those runs back they gave up. Ball comes in flat, 3-1. Ball swung on, but lifted a little too far left. That's gonna be a foul ball. It's a full count here. Also tomorrow night for beach volleyball championships, AOPI has a chance to not only win sorority, but can win the women's championship, as that's going to be a walk, and the bases are loaded now for ASCE. A big spot here to try to cut this lead down. AOPI, who didn't win a game in the regular season, but now finds himself in both the sorority and the women's championship. Would be one of the greatest turnaround comeback stories we've seen in this program. But if you saw their semifinal last week during championship week, you know they're more than capable of doing it. In fact, maybe should be the favorites in those finals. You turn off. As the ball gets hit to the second baseman, and the first baseman takes it easily. And that's the end of the inning. ASCE loads them up, but Sigma Chi able to prevent any damage. 8-4. Bottom of the 5th inning, Sigma Chi able to avoid the big inning as the ball is hit over the third baseman's head into the left field for a base hit. You figure if they can put some more runs on the board here, they'd put this game out of reach. So it's a big inning for ASCE to try to stay close. Pitch swung on, hit to the third baseman, could be 2 here. Bobbled it though, has to go to 1 and gets him. So 1 away, runner at second base now. As Archie takes some weird steps in front of the camera. I mean, the play-by-play is good for everybody. Nobody's safe. Ball hit a little forward, tries to tag the runner, got him, but safe at first. So the ball gets away, and it's going to end up with a runner on second. Unusual play. Tag out on the play on third, but the runner advances on the throwing error and ends up in second. So basically they switch places. The hitter goes to second base, and the runner goes to second base is out. It's 2 outs. Ball lifted to the right fielder, playing shallow, and a 1-2-3 inning, or excuse me, not a 1-2-3 inning, but 3 outs. End of the inning, still up by 4. Top of the 6th inning, 8-4 score. As that ball is short. Sigma Chi 6 outs away from winning the men's championship, and a good strike thrown by the pitcher makes the count 2-2. As that ball is lifted to the rover, and that's an out. So 1 out, down. As that ball misses inside. As the rock and roll music gets turned down, thank goodness. Nothing against rock and roll music. Queen, Paramore. As that ball is short, as ASCE looking for the first runner of the inning. 2-2. Ball comes in, lifted, foul. Not a bad idea. Ball swung back up the middle. Shortstop can't get there. And a good piece of hitting there to get the runner on. 1 out. Trying to get something going. They've only scored in 3 of their 5 innings. Scored 1 run in the first inning, 1 run in the second inning, and 2 runs in the third inning, but been held scoreless their past 2 innings. As that ball is lifted foul, and it is going deep, 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 and lands softly into the track grass. But another ball is thrown to the pitcher, and here we go with the 1-2 pitch. Ball swung upon, goes foul, just over the wrong bag there. Like it went over the safety bag, needs to go over the first base bag. So no more fouls left. You got to put the ball in play here, Connor. Top of the lineup. As Connor gives me the what's up. As he's wrapping up his intramural career, see if he can win a shirt on his way out. Same color as the Sigma Chi shirt he has on. As that one's going to loop foul and be the 3rd foul. So Connor fouls out for the 2nd out of the inning. And no home runs in this game. A little shocked. We've got some home run hitters on both teams. If I was a gambling man, I would say that we're going to have home runs in the PT final. Both PT has players that participated in the home run derby and has the pop to knock the ball out. So haven't gotten to call a home run yet. Hopefully I get to do that in the co-rec final. As we're wrapping up softball season, just this game, co-rec final and fraternity final left. Season started around mid-March after spring break. And we're gonna finish here in the twilight of May. Ground ball back to the pitcher, fielded easily, and beat him by a step. So that's the end of the inning. 8-4, Sigma Chi coming up to bat in the bottom of the 6th. a chance to add some insurance runs here at the bottom of the 6th. They're going to come to the top of the 7th with the lead. The question is by how many runs? As that ball comes in, should be a good play for the shortstop and is for the first out of the inning. Sigma Chi won softball men's a couple of years ago, looking to get back to the mountaintop. The fraternity pretty much dominated the men's bracket. 3 of the 4 teams were fraternity teams. There's another play by the shortstop made, and that's 2 straight outs on 2 balls hit. Three of the top four teams in the semifinals, KA, PICAP, and Sigma Chi. So a dominant year in terms of fraternity softballs. That ball gets past the right fielder. He makes a big turn at third base. He's going to come home, and he's going to be safe. So a ball that should have been just a routine drop-in single ends up being a round-the-park homer. We're not going to call that a round-the-park homer. We're going to call that an error compounded by another error, and we're going to call the score 9-4 now. So a 5-run lead, and that's that insurance run we talked about. As that ball is smoked foul off the gate by the left-hander. He's going to switch bats. It will be an interesting conversation that the fraternity champion and the men's champion will be different. Sigma Chi on the verge of winning the men's championship, but not in the fraternity final, as that ball gets over the glove of the rover, and he's going to stretch it into 2. The base running of Sigma Chi has been advantageous tonight, and it has really paid off into giving them some extra runs as they extend the 6th inning. I'm not sure we've had that in this format of having a different champion from the frat and the men's league, but they made their way to the men's championship. That is the one that wins the shirt and is recognized as the best team on campus, as that ball is going to be touched foul. It was very close. We don't have chalk lines, can't afford chalk lines because chalk's expensive, but that ball looked like it was touched. Who knows? I don't know. I thought the ball was fair. It looked like the ball hit the catcher's thigh on the inside of the bag. It's where the ball is touched on the infield. So that ball could have bounced foul as that ball gets hit, and that is a fair ball down the line, and another run for Sigma Chi. Caleb will hold at first base, and now it's a 10-5 lead. Another 2-out run. They've had quite a bit of those today, and it has led 10-4, 10-4 lead. It's led to a lot of success. So a team that is clutching up at the bottom of these innings, as their play at second is just off, and if something crazy happens, the run rule is still in effect here. So 4 more runs with 2 outs, and this game is actually over. We wouldn't even make it to the 7th inning. Don't think that's going to happen, but just still. As that ball comes in at the batter's feet, short. And what was a quick moving game has kind of halted to a stop here in the bottom of the 6th with Sigma Chi's late rally. There's a good strike call. Gets a reaction. As that ball comes in, and the third baseman able to handle that one just a couple of more feet, and that might have delivered some more runs for Sigma Chi. But they head to the top of the 7th, 3 outs away from a men's championship. Last chance for ASCE. Sigma 3 outs away from intramural championship t-shirts. Haven't seen 6 runs in a comeback in the last inning. So that would be quite the story as that ball bounces hard off of the plate. Short. Got to figure Sigma Chi is able to pull these last 3 outs. It's going to be a big party at the Sigma Chi house tonight. They're also, I believe, still in the fraternity championship for beach volleyball tomorrow night. So maybe a couple of days of partying if they're able to pull it together. But the partying is delayed a bit with that walk. So a runner on first, leadoff runner gets on, which is important. Just want to get that leadoff runner on. Top of the lineup for ASCE as another ball falling short. There's 4 straight balls that have been short. So he's got to buckle down and kind of get that ball across the plate. Here goes another one. Well, it's going to be short, but swung upon deep to left field. But the fielder is in place and makes the grab for the first out of the inning. 2 outs away. Double play would be a very impressive way to win a men's championship. As the ball comes in, ball inside, as the ASCE bench wants their hitter to go tell the pitcher exactly what he thinks about that pitch. As that ball is going to be inside as well. So pitcher getting a little wild. Just got to let them put it in play. They've done good with balls put in play. Their defense has been really good so far, as that's going to be a walk. The rover position for Sigma Chi has been outstanding. And so anything hit on the grass has really been kind of swallowed up. But life still exists for ASCE as the engineers try to build a comeback. As we're having helmet problems, as we ordered extra large helmets, so it's not us. Don't know what the average head size is for a person, but I guess South Alabama students are exceeding it. Priya says it's all the knowledge. I'm not going to comment as that ball comes in short. 2-1 pitch. Swings popped up to the left fielder in fair territory. That ball is not caught. And comedy of, oh, that ball was caught, excuse me. Ball was caught. 2 outs now, 1 away. Sorry, the umpire and the catcher got right in my field of vision and was unable to see that play. But 2 outs left. 1 out remaining as the sun is going down on ASCE's season. And here comes the pitch. Ball hit to the third baseman, but third baseman can't handle it. Run scores, and they still have life. Maybe thought about the celebration a bit too much before fielding that ball. Still would be a miraculous comeback if they were able to pull this out with 2 outs, but we've seen throughout this entire game the ability of Sigma Chi to win, or not win, or get runs across with 2 outs, as that ball is short. Pitch comes in, hit, and caught, and that is the end of the game. Sigma Chi wins the men's championship 10-5.